right, what's going on, everybody? I'm here with my colleagues, Logan and Niall, and this is episode 64 of the Cinephellas Podcast. How's it going, boys? How you doing tonight?
Doing good. How you doing?
Doing damn
pretty
good.
too.
Yeah, is everybody in the same boat? Are we all in lockdown? What about you? Where you're at, Niall? Are you guys locked down for the quarantine?
Oh, yeah, it's lockdown. Yeah, it's quarantine down here in South Florida. Can't go anywhere. Can't go to any restaurants. Schools are closed. Everything. So I'm just stuck at home.
We're in the same boat, man. Yeah, the governor of our state just enacted the lockdown tonight at 5. So this is like the first night it's actual lockdown, but it's been like this the whole week, really. So I guess we're all in the same boat. We're all quarantined, watching movies probably and watching TV shows.
Absolutely.
Keep ourselves entertained.
Yeah, I've been doing
quarantine for like a week now.
Have you?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, well, I finally left the house last night and today for the first time in a week. It felt good to get out for a little bit, but we're locked down here in Illinois, so not going to be leaving the house anytime soon. Just watching movies, TV shows. Looking forward to it.
I don't even call it Saturday anymore. I call it day 6. It's every day.
On the calendar, day 6.
Yeah.
Cross there. Yeah, it's been pretty.
The days don't matter anymore. It's like all of them are the same. We can't really look forward to the weekend too much anymore. You know, it's kind of all the same.
Yep. Yeah, and Henry was supposed to be up here this weekend visiting. We're going to do a bunch of videos and stuff. And then obviously everything being locked down, the coronavirus, you couldn't make it. So the next best thing right here, you know, video podcast.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, man.
I've been looking forward to this.
Yeah. Heck yeah. So we'll try this out here. You guys want to kick it off, talk about some movie news or TV news?
Take it from the top, Niall. I bet you got it.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff to talk about. Rosario Dawson is in The Mandalorian season 2. How do you guys feel about that?
Oh, man.
That's pretty awesome. She's who I pictured for that part, for sure.
Yeah, when you have like the side-by-side of her and the character, it looks exactly like that. I think it's perfect casting. Mandalorian season 2 is going to be even better than the first one. We're going to be seeing a lot of characters that we've seen before in Star Wars and, you know, in the galaxy. So I'm really looking forward to this. She's a fantastic actress. So I think it's a good fit for this character.
Absolutely. And she was also, she's actually a big Star Wars fan. She said that in many interviews before. This was like a dream role for her.
Yeah, I was reading about that. She's been trying to get this role for a while, and I'm glad they finally aligned, and we have it for the new season that's coming out this October. Holy moly. Can't believe that.
Yeah. Did they start filming it already?
I think they are done filming it from what I read. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they've done filming it. There's probably some post-production work and stuff, but I think they filmed all the episodes.
Yeah, it was kind of bizarre. Yeah, it was kind of bizarre. They announced the casting after it got done filming, but it's Star Wars. They're all like hush-hush about it. Exactly.
They try to keep everything close to their chest, keep everything wrapped up. One thing I was going to mention about Rosario Dawson, I know that she'd, I don't know, it had at least been rumored that she, you know, could maybe play She-Hulk in the Marvel show on Disney Plus too. I was obviously, I don't know if that was like just fans like chiming in saying she would be perfect for that, but I know like people were considering her for that role. So that's cool that she, you know, she had to choose between the two and she chose the one she loved best, which is Star Wars. So yeah, that'll be awesome to see that character in a live action setting. You know, we've seen the cartoon, we've seen her in the cartoon, and obviously that character kicks ass. So I can't wait to see the live action in Mandalorian season 2. Will she interact with the Mandalorian a lot? Will she interact with Baby Yoda? What's going to be the storyline moving forward? There's a lot of stuff to look forward to in season 2.
Yeah. I lost audio just for a minute there.
It's okay.
That's all right, man. You're back.
Okay, good.
But yeah, really exciting news. I'm excited for this. I love the first season of The Mandalorian, so I'm excited where they're going to go in this chapter in season 2. Coming out this October.
Yeah. And with She-Hulk, I know she's also a big Marvel fan too, and she actually showed interest in playing that character because this artist on Instagram, Boss Logic, tagged her in a photo, and she's like, "Yeah, let's go for it. I want to be She-Hulk."
Wow.
Okay.
That'd be awesome.
That's what I was referring to then. I didn't know it was exactly that, but yeah, I'd heard some rumors that she was up for that role. So maybe if she's already done filming for Mandalorian, maybe she can still do that if they haven't started that one up yet, which I don't think they have.
No, from what I'm understanding, they haven't.
Yeah. So yeah, maybe she'll get 2 dream roles. That'd be cool.
Should be raking in the dough.
Yeah, she'll be raking in the dough and busy for the next 20 years or so.
Oh yeah.
Okay, that's awesome. I'm looking some other news that we have. A lot of stuff's being released on digital because of the whole coronavirus outbreak and everybody's locked down. Theaters, movie theaters are closed. Everything's closed at this point. Anything fun you can imagine or want to do, it's closed. So they're releasing a lot of digital. They just announced the Pixar movie Onward, which I have not seen yet. I was going to go see it, but the local movie theater was closed. So I'm excited for that. That's coming out April 3rd. They announced a bunch of other movies that just came out on digital. Invisible Man, The Hunt, and some other movies, right?
Yeah.
Emma was another one.
Emma?
I didn't get to see The Hunt yet, but I want to see it. I tried to stream it earlier today. I thought about it.
Yeah. Henry, did you watch it?
No, me and Mandy are going to watch it as soon as Nolan goes to bed, though.
Oh, we watched it this afternoon. It was good. It was actually surprisingly good. I went in with super low expectations, but we can talk about that in the next one after you guys watch it. But it was surprisingly good, super gory, and pretty good ending too. A final girl.
No, I'm looking forward to it. It seems like it has a political message, though.
Oh yeah, it's very political. Very political. That's why I can see why they're going to pull it from the theaters with the whole gun control and all the politics nonsense going on with the president, and it's very political but good.
Yeah, and the actress who plays $1 Million Baby, she's in it. What's her name?
Hilary Swank. Yep.
That's it. Yeah.
She's like a villain in the movie. She's awesome. She's really good. And the other actress is like the final girl. She's in the show Glow. I don't know her name.
Betty Gilpin, right?
Yeah, there you go. So I knew you would know it, but
I listen to Mark Maron's podcast. He's always talking about Betty Gilpin, and because he's on that show too. So that's why I know.
All I'm gonna say, she's badass in the movie, and I want to see her in a horror flick, another horror flick as like a final girl, like heroine character. She's really good.
Nice.
Never seen her before. Never seen Glow, and she kicks ass in the movie. So
that's great to hear. I can't wait to see it tonight.
Yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy it. We'll talk about it next time. What other movie news stuff we got going on, fellas?
Well, it's hard to talk about because a lot of our stuff is gone.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Most of the news is like what's latest to be canceled.
Right. It's either that or what they're releasing on digital, and that's about it. So.
Yeah, even Black Widow, they're saying they might put that on Disney Plus now.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Wonder Woman 2 apparently too. They're talking about that, but seems like it's gonna be too big to do that. But I guess we'll see. We'll see how long this lasts. How long everybody's gonna be trapped inside. So
it's just bizarre the times we're living in right now. Like something I have never experienced in my life. I know you guys haven't either. It's just like everything being closed. You're like in lockdown at your house. Like, what do you do?
No, this is the worst episode of Black Mirror or the Twilight Zone.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah, Twilight Zone and Black Mirror. I'm like, what's going on? 2020 was going to be my year, and it's just been fucked.
Right. Yeah, for real. That's definitely one way of looking at it, and like true for us, especially being in, we're always looking into entertainment and stuff. So like I saw like a meme earlier, and it was basically like harkening back to like the Depression era and like World War II. They're like, back then when something huge was happening like this in the world, everybody had to pitch in, and it's like, and then fast forward to our generation, they're like, basically you can just sit at home, watch Netflix and chill. That's your duty. That's how you. So, hey, at least we get entertained while we're home. That's one good thing. But yeah, it's not good to be inside, that's for sure. But at least our internet is working and we still have access to movies. Thank God.
Can you imagine if we didn't have the internet?
Yeah, God. Yeah, it'd be crazy. We'd be watching DVDs again.
DVDs. VHS.
Yeah.
But I think we're going to be all right. I'm hoping in like a month or so things go back to somewhat normal.
Yeah, let's hope this flattens the curve like they're talking about, and we can get back to normal.
I think they said 15 days or something, right?
That's what the hope is, that they can get it down to a level, because if it keeps multiplying at this rate, it's going to be out of control. But what you're seeing, I work in microbiology, so I'm actually having to run these tests, so I kind of have an inside look at it. But basically, at right now you're going to see a lot of numbers jump up. You're going to see all the cases go up just because they're starting to get the test results back. Because like our tests that we had now took a couple of days to run, and there's like a backlog of everybody's specimens getting in there. So the test results weren't coming out. So now you're just getting an influx. So you're seeing all the positives coming out all at once. It makes it looks like it's crazy, but it's just because, you know, everything's backed up and there's still tests to be ran. So
Yeah.
it'll look dramatic for a while, and it'll probably keep going up at least for another couple of days, but we'll have to see where we're at by this time next week or the week after.
Absolutely. And it got a lot of celebrities too. It got Tom Hanks.
Oh, I know. That's crazy.
Yeah, it got Black Superman, Idris Elba. Oh,
Idris Elba, yeah. That's Stringer Bell from The Wire. I was like, no, not Idris.
Luther.
Luther, yeah. Yeah, it's getting anybody. It doesn't matter how much money you make, you can still get the coronavirus. So affecting everybody, every industry, all businesses. It's affecting everybody. It's pretty scary to think about, you know. It's like, where do you go from here besides staying at your house and hoping for the best?
Oh yeah, and one of the Bond girls got it too. The one from Quantum of Solace.
Oh yeah, Olga, whatever her last name is. Yeah, Kurylenko. Yeah.
You lost me when you said Bond.
This guy hasn't seen any of the Daniel Craig Bond movies yet. We got to get
I know. I downloaded them. I need to watch them.
Yeah.
No, I understand your point. Like with Casino Royale, I like that movie, but that scene where they're playing poker forever, it was kind of
goes on for a long time. Yeah. The scene where Bond's in the chair getting the fucking ropes slapped against his nuts in the chair. That scene's crazy. That's like the big scene that I remember. In the beginning where he's like running up the crane and stuff. That was a pretty cool like introduction to how badass and realistic it was going to be. Yeah, it's his last one. He's been doing it a while. He's been burnt out for the past like 3 or 4. You know, he'll get done filming it. He'll be like, I'm not doing another one. They're going to have to pay me a lot. Yeah, so I guess he's finally is going out, and that's pretty cool. It's the guy that directed the episode 5 of the True Detective first season. That's like where everybody first saw him, and then he was attached to like Stephen King's It.
What's his name?
Yeah, good question. Kerry Joe Fuka something.
Oh, Kerry Fukunaga?
Yeah, Fukunaga. Yep, that's what it is. Yeah,
I thought you were talking about Gary Dauberman. I'm like, what?
No, Kerry, he directs the new one. So that got pushed back. That was the first major movie to get pushed back. I think that's looking at November, which is when the other Bond movies have opened, so it kind of works out actually.
Yeah.
But they're gonna lose some money, but at first, but once it comes out, I'm sure it'll probably be a hit. So we'll see.
Well, you boys have my word. By the next podcast we shoot, I will watch 2 of the Bond movies with Daniel Craig, Casino Royale, and then Skyfall. I will watch those. We'll talk about it.
You can skip Quantum of Solace.
I will.
Yeah.
You guys told me that Skyfall's the best and Casino Royale, so I'll watch those. Talk about it.
Yeah. I'd say watch those 2. Yep, those are the best ones.
I'll give it a chance, for sure. Besides that, have you guys been watching any other TV shows or watched any other movies you want to talk about?
Well, I saw some movies today, actually, but they're all on Netflix. I saw Saving Mr. Banks.
Yeah.
And I recently saw Ip Man 4. I don't know if you guys know, like, Kung Fu movies, but it was really good.
I haven't really seen it. I don't really even know what it's about.
It's about Master Ip. It's about the man who trained Bruce Lee.
Wow, that's awesome.
And then they add a whole bunch of fake stuff around it, but it's still fun.
Awesome.
It's like over the top, like martial arts and stuff.
Yeah, it's way over the top.
Who's the main star of that?
Donnie Yen.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he's a legend for sure. Cool.
Oh, yeah. And Mike Tyson was in the third one.
Oh shit, they got Tyson in it.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Hey, got my interest. I might check that out. Where can I watch it?
Well, I didn't watch it the legal way, honestly, but
that's okay. It's 2020. It's what we do most of the time.
Yeah, I have the Amazon Fire Stick, so check out. I think it's called Cinema. It's just called Cinema or BTV.
Okay.
Cool.
I hope they don't take down the video now for me saying
that.
I use Cyberflix on mine.
That's another one too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Henry's got the nice setup at his house. All the the torrents and stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm still trying to download things off of Napster and LimeWire.
Kazaa.
Kazaa, yeah, that's music gave my mom's computer a virus.
But it was worth it for those songs, right?
It was. It took me, 2 hours to download one song that was like 2 megabytes. Good times.
Special when it finally got in there and you could listen to it.
Yeah,
remember,
for sure.
remember you had a Zune? You were like the only person who
The Microsoft Zune in like 2006. Yeah.
Yeah.
That thing lasted for like 10 years. No, maybe not 10, but like 5.
Yeah.
It was like a brick. Like the first one. It was like 20 pounds I had to have in my pocket. All my music. So, and then I had the iPod, like the first gen iPod. It was like super big.
Yeah.
Anyways,
I remember that.
What about you, Henry? What are you checking out?
What am I checking out? I'm trying to think here. I've been watching things that as they're on. I've been watching Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Oh, yeah.
HBO. Another good season. It's wrapping up this Sunday, actually. It's been a pretty cool, pretty funny storyline with so basically there's a coffee shop that's opening up in California by where Mocha Joe's. And Larry, he always gets jealous of stupid things like that. And there's like an opening in the store right next to him. It's for sale. So he ends up buying the store right next door to Mocha Joe's, and he's like, I'm going to open up a coffee shop, and my coffee is going to be from even better beans and stuff. So he buys the place next door and calls it Latte Larry's, and like it's just like them going back and forth throughout the season. There's some pretty funny guest stars, like Vince Vaughn's been on it a lot this year. Been some other comedians. Nick Kroll's been on it.
Oh,
Chris
Ruxin?
Martin. Yeah, Ruxin was in it. Rodney Ruxin. Andrew Santino is another comedian. John Hamm was in it. But yeah, it's just been really funny, especially the first episode. The first episode's probably going to be the best one, the most notable one. It involves Larry, and he has like a Trump hat. He has like the MAGA hat, and like he puts it on in certain situations, like to get a reaction. So it was really
people
funny.
won't talk to him. That's probably the best episode.
Yeah.
He's not Republican or like Trump. He just does it so people don't talk to him or like walk away.
Right. Yeah. He does it for the reaction. Yeah, it's pretty funny. So I've been watching that. I've been just finished up The Outsider last weekend, the Stephen King, based on the Stephen King book. I liked it. I liked more of the first half stuff. It was kind of derivative at the ending with how it ended. I thought wasn't that strong of an ending for me anyway. And I kind of like missed Jason Bateman's character right away. He was like in it in the very first episode. The pilot episode I think was the best one.
Yeah, absolutely.
Spoiler, by the end he's killed off. Or actually it might be the second one in the beginning. I can't remember. But it goes on from there. It carries on throughout the season. It's pretty solid. Like I'd recommend it. It's just not it just should have been a little stronger from the end, I thought. What did you think? You just finished it, didn't you?
Yeah, I just finished it recently. I thought it was anticlimactic, and it was just the first 2 episodes were really good, and the last 2 episodes were really good. So 4 out of the 10 were good. The other ones in the middle, really boring. Nothing really happened, and just was kind of silly writing because it had different directors and writers for each of the episodes. So it just wasn't really cohesive, and the middle was just a mess. But the ending was pretty good. And I can see what they could do for if they have other seasons. I think they're writing season 2, right?
I don't know. I've read some things that HBO wants them to do a second season, but then I've also seen some things with the creators saying that might be just like a standalone, kind of like The Watchmen was supposed to be. We're not supposed to get any more of that either, but I'm sure we'll see. They were successful enough, so they'll probably, fork over a bunch of cash. So who knows? They could do another season, maybe just change it up a little bit. That's easy to do with that creature, just have them pass it on to somebody else.
Right.
Follow a different family. It's pretty easy to go on from there.
Yeah, see if they do anything with El Cuco, if that's actually, I guess, spoiler, if he's actually dead. It is dead. See if that comes back for the second season. I could see if they would do something with Cynthia Erivo and Ben Mendelsohn, tag team in another case or something. But
yeah, they were a good duo together. Yeah, they worked well in those last batch of episodes.
Yeah, they were. Yeah, it just started out strong and ended strong, just in the middle, not so good. There's about 5 episodes or 4 episodes that were lackluster and boring. Not much going on.
I agree. The last show that I can think of right now, no, actually two more. I'm also watching Homeland, which is in its last season. It's toward the middle of this season. It's always been pretty solid, but honestly, at this point, it's like I can be on my phone and have it on in the background. I mean, it's pretty much, it should be finished after this year. They've kind of went on maybe 1 or 2 seasons too long. Just the character Carrie Matheson's been through so much. It's like nothing surprises or shocks you anymore. It's kind of just like, all right, let's see what happens at the end. Let's see how they'll end it at this point. But there's like 4 or 5 episodes to go, so I'll keep watching, finishing out. And then the last show that I'm watching, Better Call Saul's back, and it's been awesome this year. It's like going right up into Breaking Bad now, so we're seeing characters pop up from Breaking Bad. So definitely check that out, guys, if you haven't started it.
Right on. Yeah, my sister-in-law, mother-in-law have been watching Homeland, and I kind of walked in the room when they're watching it. I'm like, nothing's changed in the 3 seasons when I gave up on it. It's like over-the-top nonsense, and Claire Danes playing Carrie, just ridiculous. So.
Yeah, I know. At this point, like I said, the first 2 seasons were the strongest when they had Damian Lewis.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, Claire Danes did some crazy good work though, because her character is bipolar. So there's some good acting in there. But like you said, yeah, it's like the same old, pretty much.
Yeah, it's one of those shows that could have ended early, a few seasons back.
Right. Are you watching Better Call Saul, either of you?
No, I need to start the last season 4. That's on Netflix. It's on my list.
How many seasons are there?
How many seasons?
They're on season 5 right now.
5.
And there will be 1 more. They're going to end it on the 6th season.
Oh, okay. Because I'm way behind. I only got up to like season 2.
Oh, cool. Yeah, just binge it. Most of it's on Netflix, I think, up until last season. So, yeah, once you get into it, especially being able to binge it, that'll be the best way to do it, because then you won't have to wait like we're used to waiting every year, because I start watching it right away. But, yeah, if you binge it, it's pretty cool. It really does a good job of showing his, like, progression from being a good guy into this, like, scumbag now. He's, like, going into that territory. But, yeah, it's really good writing. It's the same Breaking Bad team. You guys will dig it. Especially this last season's really been awesome, seeing the characters from Breaking Bad. They brought back some people that you even forgot about. So it's pretty cool to see how they do it. And they make everybody look relatively young. So far, we haven't seen Walter or Jesse, but I bet next season we will. I bet they're going to do some work on there, whether it be the last episode or not. But, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. It's a really good show. I like the transformation of Saul Goodman. It's all good, man. And he's a fantastic actor, Bob Odenkirk. And I'm really excited to see how they kind of intertwine it with Breaking Bad, like the beginning of Breaking Bad, of introducing, Hank, the cops and everything. So I'm looking forward to binging that. That's not a show I can watch every week. I have to, like, knock it out in 2 days, just binge it. It's just way better that way for me, at least.
Yeah, I think that is the way to watch it. Yeah, if you can, just binge it. I'm just like, looking for stuff to watch, so I've been keeping up with it. So, but yeah, a week goes by pretty quick. I don't know. It's good to have a show or 2 that you can, like, follow, like, week to week, like, look forward to watching on whatever night. But I mean, no, it kind of doesn't matter. But, like, another thing with this virus, movies are going to change too, the way we view movies, because as you've seen, they've been releasing some of these bigger movies, to the streaming services. So this will probably be like a little glimpse into the future. They're charging about $20 for each movie to stream digitally on demand. And they're putting it out on everything, from Fire Stick and all, Apple TV to everything. So, how do you guys think the movie industry is going to change? Obviously, because all these movie theaters are going to lose a lot of money. A lot are probably going to have to even, like, they're not going to be able to keep as many open, I don't think, because they're losing so much money. They're going to have to change some things. So what are some things that you guys think that the movie theaters themselves have to do to, like, adapt after this going into the future?
Yeah, I meant the movie industry and all. Just the making of movies and movie theaters are all changing, and they're losing lots and lots of money, millions of dollars, maybe more. Once this whole coronavirus is done, I think what they're going to have to do is lower ticket admission for everybody, so they're filling all the seats, right? So they're still getting money back. That's one thing they need to work on.
Yeah, I think they need to, like, update pretty much everything, because now everybody is going to see the joy of streaming and like,
Yeah.
wow, I can just stay at home and watch these movies. So I think they almost have to make the theater a experience again and not just you're seeing a movie. And what I mean by that is, you know, they gotta maybe get better food. I don't know if they want to have certain events at these theaters, because I have a theater here called iPick. I don't know if you guys have that.
No.
And they pretty much
No.
make, when you go to a movie, a huge event. And I think that's what they need to do. Like for Fast and Furious, for instance, they may have like, oh, you can actually get in the car, take pictures with the car, things like that. So to make it like a one-of-a-kind experience, they need to do that.
That's a good idea. Yeah, for sure. They're going to have to draw people back. You know, like you said, people are going to just want to stay home at this point. They're going to have to do a better job marketing too. They're going to have to make it look like these movies aren't events. And maybe these movie studios are going to have to make the decision. Some of these movies that they've been releasing to theaters lately, they're going to have to say it's going to do better on our streaming services. Let's release this digitally rather than giving it a theatrical release. And let's like really highlight our big films. We'll say we'll have, you know, what do they have, like 4 or 5 big films a year. So highlight those. Like you have Christopher Nolan's movie coming out soon. And as of now, it's coming out in July and he wants to keep it there. He did like an op-ed. He wrote an op-ed today, which made me think of his movie. But like Tenet is a movie that's going to be better on the big screen. You're going to want to see that up on the biggest screen as possible because he shoots it with IMAX cameras and he makes it like in a big event film like that. So for movies like that, you're not going to get anywhere near the same experience. You know, movies like that are tailor-made for the theatrical experience. So they're going to have to, they're just going to have to adapt to the times. They're going to have to lower the ticket prices, maybe get rid of some of the previews. People don't want to have to sit and watch 20 minutes of previews before we can see everything online now. Maybe have 1 or 2 and then just go into the movie. What else? Yeah. And then like the concession prices, of course, are sky high too. They might have to do.
Well, that's how they make their money, you know, was with all the snacks.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you're right. I know, but that's a big, like, you know, 2 people go and that's like $50. So they're gonna have to like find some ways to make that a little cheaper, I think.
And you're right about the theater, because like a movie like 1917 is meant to be seen on a big screen. But if you're seeing like some, I don't know, some kid movie, Trolls 2, you know, you don't need to pay $20 for that.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nobody was going to see that anyway.
Right. Exactly. Some films are just, you know, filmed in IMAX, like Christopher Nolan uses and stuff like that you have to see in IMAX. Right. It's just part of the experience. But the movie theaters and things like that, even the concessions, they're going to have to cut prices. People are going to get comfortable watching movies from home and paying $20. You're like, okay, why do we need to go to the movie theater, you know, and spend $50? You know, it comes down to money, I think. They're going to have to cut prices on admission and concessions, you know. I think that's what they're going to have to do.
Yeah. And like I said, they're going to have to close down some. Just think of how many theaters there are around you, Logan, and how many show times they have. Like, they're not going to be able to fill all those anymore, I don't think. But we'll see. Maybe they'll get a surge, probably like when everybody can go out. I'm sure the box office will do really well that first weekend that people can actually get out. But we'll see. I'm sure whatever that movie is that comes out, it's probably going to be pretty big. So just depends.
And I think in terms of AMC, because I have the AMC card that I just canceled, you know, I'm paying $25 a month or whatever it is to see 3 movies a week. They're going to have to lower, you know, the price on that. People aren't going to pay that anymore. If, you know, $15, and then I'll get my membership back. But right now I'm like, screw AMC. They kind of pissed me off. Because I paid for it this month and I haven't been able to see any movies. I wanted a refund and they wouldn't do it. So I'm like, you know what, screw AMC. So that's another, you know, another area, another company that needs to figure out a game plan. If they want to bring, you know, customers back that have been paying that for a year, like myself, they're going to have to lower the prices for me to come back.
Yeah. Or, you know, there's certain theaters like iPick or even Cinemark, for instance,
right.
They offer like really good food. And I think all theaters should do that.
Yeah. And my AMC by my house doesn't have like food. It's just like pretzels, popcorn, just all the basic, you know, theater food.
Yeah.
You know, if they, you know, that's something they need to work on too, to bring customers back. You need to work on the menu.
Because like with Cinemark, I think they offer like beer, pizza, like I think iPick, they even offer sushi. So they offer like good food. So it's almost like you're going for the movie, but you're really enjoying the food sometimes more than the movie. If that makes sense.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense. That'd be maybe a good idea. Would be they could like somehow put the ticket price and the food, whatever meal you want, like together. You pay like $20, and that gets you the movie and whatever food you want.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Changing times. They need to figure this out. It's hurting everybody, the entertainment business, especially in theaters, and I'm not sure what's going to happen. It's hard to predict at this point,
Yeah. A lot of studios are losing a lot of money. A lot of actors not filming anymore. It's going to be crazy, like, to see what, because some shows that are probably in production now, they're not going to want to move forward with anymore because they're going to have to, save money somehow. So even some of these shows and movies that we heard about that started filming, maybe they're not going to go through. Obviously, the Batman and all those big movies are still going to finish up, but some of these smaller projects are probably going to be in jeopardy. We'll just have to see how long everything lasts, but I'm sure they're going to want to not, be filming anything and get large crowds together for another month or two at the least. Who knows? We'll have to see how long this stretches out, but yeah, tough times out there.
It's hard to say at this point. We can't predict it, Some shows I've been watching recently, I started back on Westworld. So I watched the first season of Westworld back when I lived in Iowa, which was 3 years ago. So I totally forgot everything that's happening and like what happened. We started season 2. We're about 4 episodes in. It's pretty good. Actually, really good. Really good acting.
I need to see Westworld. I've actually never seen it. I only know the movie. I've seen the movie.
Yeah, Yul Brynner?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I remember watching that as a kid. My grandma, she's like, "Oh, Yul Brynner, he's dreamy." Like, calm down, Grandma. Christ, hose you down. I remember seeing it as a kid. So the show is really cool. It's very, futuristic. It's modern, very futuristic, modern times, and it's really good.
No, I want to definitely see it because I love all that stuff.
Yeah, for sure. It's a good cast. And I know season 3 has Aaron Paul in it, so I want to get caught up and get on the current season.
I'm all caught up, guys, so I can tell you everything you need to know. No, basically every season's like a puzzle piece. It's hard to describe, but it's Christopher Nolan's brother writes it, Jonathan Nolan.
Oh, I didn't know that.
He's one of the creators, yeah. And it's like each season is like a different kind of puzzle. It's hard to, it's kind of Inception-y. It's a lot of heavy dialogue and like futuristic stuff. But it's pretty cool to see how everything connects at the end of the season, because you'll watch like the first episode and it won't really make sense, but like everything it kind of comes together at the end, and you put the pieces together and you're able to find out what's going on with the story and everything. Third season's been cool. It's like a total departure from the first 2 seasons. And hey, Molly, how are you? Hi.
Hey, Molly.
And you, of course, both. I have Frank and James on the phone right now. We're FaceTiming. They're eating.
Oh, wow. Look at that. Cool.
Just say, hey, boys. You guys are, boys are wild.
Man, you boys are wild on that phone.
Here you go.
This is what I'm good for.
We're like seeing them integrate into the society. Nobody knows that they're these AI beings, and they're looking to like take over the world. Basically, they have all these evil plans because they've been controlled by these hosts in the first 2 seasons, and now they have freedom. So they're like in the real world. And Evan Rachel Wood's character meets up with Aaron Paul.
Dolores.
Dolores. Yep,
Yeah.
Dolores meets up with Aaron Paul's character, and we sort of see him. He's, I don't know what, he works like construction during the day, and at night he does like heists and stuff. Because it shows him going to rob this place with a couple other guys, like in the scene at night. So he's kind of like he's kind of in the middle. He's not all the way good, not all the way bad, just right in the middle. He meets up with Dolores. He doesn't really know what's going on. So it'll be a cool season to follow. Aaron Paul's a good actor. Can't wait to see him progress and see where his character goes this season. He's always solid.
I love that. Yeah, I love Aaron Paul. He's a fantastic actor. Love seeing him in like movies and TV shows blowing up. A good dude, And it's like a show I'm watching. I'm like, I have no idea what's going on, because I haven't watched the first season in 3 years. So I'm like, what's going on right now?
Yeah, you can't have your phone out. You got to really pay attention on what's.
I do pay attention. I'm just like, this is messing with your mind.
Yeah. But like I said, by the end, everything comes together. You'll be able to see like what they were talking about earlier and like where everything's leading to.
Yeah,
acting.
the season 2, it's like the thing that creeps me out is the Native Americans. I don't know if you remember that. But
Yeah,
I don't know.
do. I remember.
Something unsettling about them. It just like, I don't know, creeps me out.
Yeah, it was like the Apache. I want to say Apaches, but they had their faces painted and they're real brutal. They're like scalping people and stuff. I remember what you're talking.
It reminded me like Dances with Wolves with Kevin Costner, like the scary Native Americans. I don't know.
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah, that's what I'm watching right now. So really getting into it. Hoping to finish the rest of the season 2 the next few days and then start season 3 that's airing right now. So that's what I've been watching. And then I watched The Hunt today, and that's pretty much it. I just want to start binging more shows, getting caught up and everything.
I've been catching up on a lot of like these virus movies lately. Like I recently
Outbreak.
I did see Outbreak for the first time last night.
Did you?
Yeah.
I remember seeing that when that came out. It was good.
Yeah, that monkey's the best actor in the whole movie.
That is 100% true. Wasn't it Renee?
Don't talk about Hoffman like that.
Isn't it Renee Russo? Is that who's on it? I'm trying to remember. Yeah.
And I was supposed to watch 28 Days Later today on DVD.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah.
Yeah. Good
what
flick.
happened?
And I saw Carriers with Chris Pine on Netflix too. Day 4.
Day 4. Niles like documenting every day. He's like writing this down. Day 5.
I liked it. It was good. It's like Zombieland mixed with Cabin Fever.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. That sounds pretty cool. I haven't seen it. I'll have to watch it. Carriers. Okay. Huh.
With Chris Pine.
With Chris Pine.
Yeah.
Oh, he's cute.
Yeah, Chris Pine. Yeah, he's a good actor too. He's been in some really good roles.
A young Chris Pine.
Ooh. Young and Studley.
Henry, what was that movie we saw? Contagion?
Contagion. About 10 years ago. I can't remember exactly. But yeah, Jude Law was in it. He was the main star. And it's pretty much like pretty similar to what we're going through, actually. This virus sweeps the globe and like they're racing to find the cure for it, the vaccine. So, yeah, I can't really remember too much, honestly. We were drinking during the movie. So.
Yeah, we were. Fun times. Is that your room now?
Yeah, my old one, yeah.
Nice. I see a Terminator poster up there.
Oh,
yeah.
I got to get something.
Grab me a beer, sport.
You just hear him go,
yeah. I had kind of the same idea too, to watch some like apocalyptic movies. I have a list, so I kind of want to watch a few. I want to watch I think it's, what is it? This Is the End. That comedian, comedy that came
Seth Rogen and all them, Danny McBride and
yeah, I think I watched it. I remember it was funny, so I want to rewatch that for sure. 28 Days Later, I'd like to watch. Come on, I wrote down a couple more. Oh, Shaun of the Dead, of course, after seeing that new video they released the other day. That was pretty funny.
Simon Pegg and Nick Frost.
The spoof they did, like the little 2-minute clip where they called each other and basically reenacted Shaun of the Dead. Did you see that, Niall, that video?
No, I didn't.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they basically were calling each other and they lines from Shaun of the Dead movie. It was pretty funny. Like, what did they say, Logan? Do you remember the quotes?
Not off the top of my head, but they're talking about the zombie apocalypse and going to kill his stepdad and then going to the Winchester to have a few pints and wait for this to all blow over.
Yeah.
It's like the famous scene in the movie where they're talking about it and they end up at the Winchester. He's like, cheers.
You've seen Shaun of the Dead, right, Niall? Or have you never seen it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I saw all of the movies, even the World's End and Hot Fuzz, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Cornetto trilogy. Yeah, those are great. Those are great for sure. World's End would be another good one to watch too.
Yeah.
I think I had a couple other written down. I can't think of them right now, but yeah, everybody has the virus movies and like apocalyptic movies in mind right now.
Yep. I want to watch Shaun of the Dead after they posted that video of Nick Frost and Simon Pegg. I'm like, I need to rewatch that. I have it on Steelbook, so I'm like, I need to revisit that. It's one of my favorite zombie flicks. Even though it's like a spoof or comedy, it's really good. I love Edgar Wright. He's a good director.
Yeah, he hasn't done any. Oh, Baby Driver. That was
Baby Driver.
Baby Driver. Yep. So there's my copy. It's
There you go. I'm like, he needs to get together with Edgar Wright. Needs to get back together with Simon Pegg and Nick Frost. Do another movie.
Yeah,
they do. They're awesome together. I never did watch their TV show they had back in the day, Spaced, I guess.
Yeah, I haven't either. I know
I'd like to get a copy.
Yeah, I'm sure you can find it illegally. All right, now we were talking back on the last podcast me and you did together back in December, I think it was.
Yeah.
I think it was. It's been a while. I've been trying to coordinate this for 3 months.
I know.
Basically, people submitting questions to our website, Cinephellas.com, or Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, whatever, getting a hold of us and asking us questions. So for the first time ever, the Cinephellas Q&A. You boys ready?
I'm ready.
I'm ready.
Henry, Harry, you ready?
Hell yeah, we're ready. Ready for Big Raise.
And you guys got the questions, so
I've been meaning to ask that. Big Raise BBQ, is that a real place?
No.
Okay.
No.
Well, Big Raise oil changes, though.
I would go. I'm just saying.
Okay, so the story behind it real quick is I went down to visit him in October when I was on vacation.
Mm-hmm.
And we went to the movies and we were driving to get food and we saw Big Ray's Oil Change or whatever it's called. I'm like, that doesn't sound like an oil change place. It sounds like a barbecue place. Big Ray's Barbecue. So from then on, the inside joke is like it's not oil, or it's an oil change and barbecue place.
All in one.
All in one.
Come get change and enjoy some barbecued ribs. Yeah.
Get some oil change and get some barbecue. Get some ribs.
Yeah, so we just like made up a persona and we like decided to, you know, how other podcasts have ads in them. We're like, oh, let's throw in a Big Raise ad just to be funny. So whenever you hear Big Raise, it's just a joke.
A few months back, we asked our followers, people out there, to submit a question for the Cinefellas, anything really about the company, about themselves, whatever. The first question we have for the Cinefellas: how did you come up with the name of Cinephellas? Submitted by Tracy in Boston, Massachusetts. Boston Harbor.
Boston.
Give
me a Boston.
It's straight from the fucking hat. All right. Sorry. Yeah, so how did we come up with the name of Cinephellas? Well, we started talking about this back in 2014 on our road trip from Las Vegas up to Northern California. And then 2015, we kind of put things into play and we're throwing around different names. I can't remember the other ones we thought of. Cine something, but Cinephellas we thought of was cinephile, which is a movie addict or junkie, and fellas from the movie
Goodfellas.
Goodfellas. There you go, right in the background there at Henry's place. One of our favorite flicks. So we just put the two words together and Cinephellas. The rest is history.
Cinephellas was born, just out of some brainstorming, really. Yeah. Even farther back than 2014, though, like me and Logan here, I've always been watching movies. Like he used to get them burned from a friend that had a DVD recorder. So like he'd get Netflix movies and then have his buddy burn them. So like he had a big, you know, like the CD cases he had filled with like DVDs and movies. So he used to come over and we used to like binge movies like that, you know, watch movies together and stuff. And also Cinephellas also comes from, we've always looked at movie news and things online and review sites. Joe Blow's like the OG. I sort of told him about Joe Blow way back in the day, and he started visiting it all the time. And then there's this social media site that was like an offshoot from Joe Blow called Movie Fan Central, which was basically like a big board kind of / MySpace for movie fans and stuff. And, you know, it would let you pick like a different avatar from a movie like Indiana Jones, and they had like a whole background. So you could pick whatever skin you wanted, like Star Wars. And basically, you know, it was just like Facebook, but it was basically like just everybody typing in like, hey, I'm watching this movie, or what did you guys think of this film? Just a place where movie fans could go to like connect with each other. And we met a lot of cool people through Movie Fan Central and kind of got inspired sort of from there. Ultimately, it met its demise like early, I think last year, it shut down. It finally shut down. They couldn't, you know, they weren't getting enough people going to that site, so they had to shut down Movie Fan Central. So we had always thought like, hey, we should do something in the future, have our own site and our own place together where we could run it and have it be a place where movie fans could come to see movie news and reviews, and we could have our giveaways and connect with the other fans of the genres and everything. So
absolutely, that's where we started talking to Niall, or I started talking to Niall.
Yeah, I remember that place. Yeah,
Movie Fan Central, and that's where we got Old King Clancy and a few other people. Kevin was on there. He was Oscar or something was his name. But yeah, that's where we started and got. After Movie Fan Central kind of went down, we started our own thing with Cinephellas, and here we are. 5 years later?
Yeah, time flies.
Can't believe it.
Mm-hmm.
Started off as an idea while on a road trip in California, and here we are, all talking on video chat.
during an outbreak of a virus, and we're all quarantined. Yeah, strange times for sure.
Strange times. What's that?
I haven't been to Joe Blow's website in a long time, like years.
Yeah, me either. I check other sites now, IGN and comingsoon.net. But there's a lot of good sources out there now. The next question. What?
I was just going to say, Joe Blow last. Like, sometimes they'll have something that I didn't see on the other sites, but mainly they're playing catch up with everybody else. They're posting after everybody else. So, yeah, it's not as great as it once was. Once it was like the best. Yeah. One of the best anyway.
Yeah, I remember back in the day, if you wanted to know about movies, you actually had to go to their website. Yeah.
Right. They were like the only place you could back then. Back when the internet first started, pretty much.
Absolutely. Definitely a lot more sources out there, and times have changed. The next question for the Q&A, at what point did you want to expand Cinephellas, and how did you find the current writers? Matt from New York City. Well, we kind of just touched on that. Movie Fan Central, we found a lot of you guys, Niall, Old King Clancy, a few other guys from that blog site. And early on, we wanted to expand, just me and Henry, and we're like, we should get some more people to, write reviews. I'll do videos, get more people involved doing the website and social media and writers. So it's pretty early on, right? It was like 2015.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. About 2015 was when, we got you guys to come on. We wanted other we saw people on that site that had just as much enthusiasm for movies and TV shows. So we wanted to have you guys come over and join our vision and stuff, and be able to contribute and show off your skills. Because you guys are really talented writers, and the things that you guys write and your material that you come up with and your videos are really awesome. We're happy to have you guys on board as movie fans, and as we can see your talents, and we hope that you're able to move on, better yourself through us, and keep getting better, keep writing, and just honing your craft. And at the same time, you're getting eyes on our website, and you're getting other movie fans interested in in movies again, because not everybody's a huge movie fan like they were, but the ones that are still super into it would like our site. So the more talented writers and people like Niall and Logan and you guys always creating all this videos and your reviews and everything, it's getting more eyes on our website, and we're able to grow. And as you can see on our YouTube page with all the Logan's videos and Niall, your videos, our subscribers are going way up, and of course our giveaways help. People want to win the digital code movies, so that's another way to bring eyes to our sites and get people excited again about movies and everything. So
absolutely, got some good writers here
about movies again. I like that.
Exactly, yeah, for real. And there's a lot of good ones coming out soon. So I'm looking forward to when this all blows over and we're able to talk about the next Ghostbusters and all the big movies that we have to look forward to.
Yeah, exciting news to get out of our normal boring lives, 9-to-5 lives. It's like movies, entertainment gets us excited, So hopefully everything will blow over. The next question for Niall. What do you think has been your biggest success or proudest moment with Cinephellas? Submitted by Lauren in Chicago, Illinois.
Well, Lauren in Chicago, Illinois, I wish I were more prepared for this. But my proudest moment with Cinephellas, I would have to say, is probably the Cinephellas podcast and the interview with Scott Beck and Brian Woods. I believe that's episode 43 of the podcast.
Yep.
And I would consider that, I guess, the proudest or biggest moment because, it didn't feel like an interview. It felt like, three guys nerding out about horror movies and comics and, just a whole bunch of stuff, honestly. So I would say that one because it felt like a great conversation. And, the podcast in general has been great because I got to speak with Ellen Adair from Trick. She was really sweet. And James Gallanders from Project Ithaca. They felt like conversations to me. So that's why I would say those are my proudest moments. So thank you.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Those are awesome. Awesome interviews. You're getting way better each interview that you do, podcast that you do. You have the perfect voice for it, like audio. It sounds really good. You either have it or you don't when it comes to podcasts and audio, and Niles is the man when it comes to that.
Yeah, thanks, Logan.
Yeah.
But, that's one thing too I want to touch upon is when you guys do the podcast and when I do it, it's so different. So that's what I like about the podcast too, is it shows that there's diversity, not just amongst the people we speak with or interview, but it's the actual Cinephellas too. So, we fit all your Cinephilic needs.
Absolutely. It's a plug there for Cinephellas. I love it.
Yeah. And I used to do NPR radio for my college radio station.
Ah, well, that makes sense then because you're really good at it.
Yes, my soothing voice that people tell me.
Me and Henry are just we're just silly on the podcast. We just laugh a lot and be ourselves. That's how we are.
Yeah, and you had me thinking Big Raise BBQ is a real place this whole time.
He was going to come to Illinois to go to Big Raise BBQ and oil change emporium.
Yeah, we just try to put our personalities out more than anything. We know we're not professional podcasters or anything. We're just two friends that like to talk about movies. But yeah, you can definitely tell that you're in radio. You just have the cadence, the perfect smooth voice. You're calm. You don't get too excited. So yeah, you're really doing a great job now. Keep it up.
Thanks, Henry.
Yeah, you're welcome, man. Thank you.
Another question for Mr. Niall Fortner. What other areas of film would you be interested in exploring, and what opportunity do you wish Cinephellas would connect you with? God, I can't talk. If you want me to repeat that, I can.
No, you're good. I understand. Let's see. Movie genres I wish I could get more into. Just so you know, I'm not prepared for this at all, but I'm going to be honest.
Okay.
There's so many movies right now. There's so many genres. And, people recommend genres and movies to me all the time. But me personally, I would look more into animation only because, I grew up with Disney. I still love Disney. I saw Toy Story 4. I love it. But I want to get more into adult animation, what you would see from Love, Death, and Robots on Netflix or Heavy Metal or even Into the Spider-Verse. That style of animation I would really want to get into and learn more about because to me it's you're watching art on the screen. So why not?
It's a beautiful, beautiful thing.
And there was a second part of that question I didn't hear.
What opportunity do you wish Cinephellas would connect you with?
Opportunity?
Yeah.
Realistically, these are good questions, man. That's a good question. Well, when you guys go to C2E2,
yeah,
that would be a cool opportunity. I love those comic book conventions. I've always loved them. So that would be a cool opportunity.
We could do that.
Why not? And then maybe some interviews with local Chicago talent. I don't know if you guys have any. I mean, that didn't sound right. But local, how I got some people from South Florida, maybe local Chicago people, I don't know, a radio host or I don't know. I remember a radio host in Chicago, April Rose. I used to watch her videos and listen to her podcast and her interviews and stuff, and I thought that was pretty cool.
When it comes to Chicago, there's plenty of entertainment and people to interview and talk to, radio hosts, actors, directors. It's a big city, and that's something we can definitely get you hooked up with, whatever you want. because Midwest is what we are, and we grew up in Chicago, and we know a lot of people and people in the business, and that's something that we could hook you up with, you know.
Yeah, and if you ever want to come to Fort Lauderdale or Miami for a Comic-Con, yeah, come hang out with me.
You guys got gators. I can't come down there, man. They freak me out. They scare me. Not a lot of things scare me being a horror movie fan, but I can't do gators. Nope.
Yeah, that's all right.
I'm kidding. I would still come down to visit. Just don't bring me around gators.
But I actually have where you can swim with alligators. People pay
I'm
for
good. Nope, not me.
Dang. No, that doesn't sound fun at all, man. Have you done that?
No, but I've seen it though.
Wow. That's crazy.
Niall, you're like, we were talking about that a while ago. Didn't you say your dad's afraid of alligators?
Everybody is.
Everybody is, yeah. Not too many people are like, hey, they're cool with me, you know?
Yeah, and they have a whole bunch of alligator stuff down here. They have where you can brush alligators.
Nope.
Even though they don't have to.
Wow.
Straight up Jurassic Park, I'm good. All right, moving on.
That's crazy. I don't know.
Yeah, moving on with the Q&A here. Henry, what avenue do you think Cinephellas could represent more of and why? Uncle Ryan from Jacksonville, Illinois.
Oh shit! What's up, Uncle Ryan? Thanks for the question. Let's see. What avenue do I think Cinephellas could represent more of? That's a good question. So obviously we're already into movies and TV aspect. We've already hit on comics, possibly video games more, especially with the new consoles coming out later on in the year. We're having another Xbox come out, Xbox One, I believe that's called. And then we'll have the PlayStation 5 coming out. So maybe with Chris, if we could get Chris Walker Sexy Ranger more involved, he could cover the video game aspect for us. Niall, do you play video games? I haven't ever asked you or
I actually
found
don't
out
play
about that.
game. The last video game I played was The Last of Us on PlayStation 3, but I think I grew out of it, honestly.
Yeah, right. It takes commitment, and it eats up a lot of time. Like I used to play a lot of games like online with my brother. He lives in Florida too, actually. But and then you just get sucked into it, and you're just like burning hours. And now that I'm a father, I have a 3-year-old. I just don't have. I can't be sitting around playing video games. I have to save those last couple hours of the night for a show or a movie that I want to watch. So, not too many video games for me, but I appreciate them, and I'll be interested to see what the next generation of consoles brings. Like, what are the graphics going to look like? What we're going to get The Last of Us 2, so that'll be pretty cool to see how that story is. Maybe I played the first one too, so maybe I'll play that one. So we'll see.
Yeah, my cousin's in the kitchen right now making a whole bunch of noise. God damn it. He actually studies video games. He goes to Full Sail University and he makes video games.
Wow, that's awesome.
Wow.
Yeah, so sometimes I get to test them, so that's fun.
That's really cool.
That's really neat. What's a big one that you've got to test that we know maybe? Or are they just smaller ones for now?
They're just smaller
games or? Oh, okay, gotcha.
I don't know.
Right. Has that always been his passion to go into that kind of world as your games? Yeah.
Always, yeah. Hours just playing games.
I'm a gamer. I didn't used to be. When I became a dad and working from home, I started getting more into video games. I've been a PlayStation guy my whole life, but PlayStation 4, I've been playing Borderlands 3. The new Star Wars game is amazing. I play probably 2 to 5 hours a week, not a lot, but as much as I can. And it's fun to relax and take your mind off of things and just play. I think now if you get older like us, have kids, you're like, all right, I'll play a little video game to, unwind at the end of the night. But I enjoy them. They're fun.
Well, for me, it wasn't so much about my cousin's big into the graphics and the gameplay. I'm not about that. I really like games with stories to it.
Yeah, me too.
Right.
Me too. I'm a big visual person. The way things look in movies and TV shows, and the way they film things, and the graphics in video games. I just like the way things look. That's why I like video games. So I've got plenty of video games to play here in the next few weeks.
So yeah, I definitely say video games would be. What about you, Logan? Would you have any ideas of where else we could, where Cinephellas could go as far as maybe just more than?
Yeah, I was gonna say video games too, because that's one area we don't really touch on. Because a lot of besides myself, who don't really play video games. But Chris Walker, he does a lot of our photography and videography for like conventions and things like that. C2E2, he's the guy that does all of it. He's a big video gamer, and he has his own like YouTube channel and Twitch and all that. And he's been interested doing stuff for Cinephellas. So I think if we bring him in more to do video game stuff and coverage, I think it would be beneficial, get more people, followers.
Yeah, like Cinephellas on councils or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, perfect. What system does he play on mainly? Is he a PlayStation guy or Xbox?
Xbox.
Chris.
Xbox.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Yeah, and he's got the Nintendo Switch, which I've never played. But yeah, he likes Nintendo and Xbox. Microsoft guy. So it's definitely an avenue.
Yeah, usually
get involved in.
What you grew up with, usually.
Exactly. He knows all the video game news. He buys all the games. He plays them, and it's what he knows. Let's see here. What's the next question? What is your proudest moment of 2019? That is from Andy in Santa Monica, California. Santa Monica, I love you so. Beautiful. That's a tongue twister, isn't it? me and Harry.
Thanks for the question, Andy.
Thanks for the question.
Yeah.
Proudest moment of 2019. Probably 500 subscribers on YouTube for me. That was a big milestone. YouTube is a tough business. It's hard to get followers because everybody does it. So I think for me, that was probably the proudest moment of last year, and all the reviews that we've done, as a team.
Yeah, that's got to be, because I can remember the first couple videos you uploaded and just seeing your progression, and how now it's professional, green screen, everything.
Yeah.
As far as your comfort and everything, you just to see that progression now, you're just killing it. It's easy for you.
Yeah.
So that's I'd definitely say the YouTube would be the biggest thing. That's got to be awesome, because that was your baby, and you got 500 eyes, subscribers to click on that and be interested in your stuff. That's a big thing, and you did it without having other people having a bunch of people be oh, check this page out. It's pretty much just putting the content on YouTube and letting people discover it. So yep, I definitely say that's our biggest one. And going by the numbers, it looks like we're going to get 1,000 in a much shorter time than we did 500. So
yeah,
keep up the content, and YouTube's a really good source to get eyes on our page too. So yeah, definitely we're going to keep putting out a lot of content on YouTube, and hopefully get our new website this year, get some new logos, sort of rebrand, new 2020 and beyond into the future. So get a little bit more professional website done, and just have some more content that we can upload. And yeah, it's exciting times.
Absolutely, man. Lots of time spent on doing videos on YouTube, and trial and error, and not really knowing what the hell I was doing. Coming from a writing background, being on video is completely different. So it took a lot of time to kind of get comfortable with doing that, and it's come a long way, and can't wait to see how many subscribers we have next year. We have a lot of great content coming out. So it's been a long ride doing this, and thousands of hours, editing and shooting and trying different things, and I'm looking forward to the future.
It definitely helps when you love what you're doing, right? It doesn't seem like work. You don't really feel all those hours, but yeah, it really is hard work to do all this stuff that we do. I mean, it takes time to, even to do the most, smallest things, like post some news, that takes some time to do, to try to craft you can't just copy and paste. You got to put your own little headline on there. You don't want to just copy it from another site. So even picking the picture, all that takes time. And then of course, reviewing the movies. Of course, you got to put all your thoughts down. That takes a long time. So yeah, definitely can be labor intensive, and everybody puts in a lot of hard work, and it shows on our pages, all across social media. So keep up the good work, guys.
For the Cinephellas team, anybody, your favorite film that you would recommend to anyone and everyone, and why? From Jesus in Chicago. We got a lot of Midwesterners here submitting questions, but Jesus from Chicago.
Well, that's an easy one for me. Every time I recommend a movie to someone if they haven't seen it, I always recommend Fight Club, because to me that's like a movie everyone should see, no matter who you are, because it has everything you could ask for. It has action, it has comedy, it has relatable characters, amazing cinematography, it has a good score, it has everything. So if I ever had to make like a top 10 list, it would be up there for sure.
Fight Club, right on.
That's a really, really good pick for sure. Yeah, you're right. That movie always sucks you in. You always want to watch that whenever it's on. I saw that probably 6 months ago, and it was just awesome. I caught a lot of things that I didn't remember watching it the past. I probably watched it 20 times before, but like going back and watching it. And I actually read the book. I read the book too, so it's trying to see how the two went together was really awesome.
Yeah,
there's a lot to catch.
Oh yeah, a lot of themes and metaphors. I read the book too and the comic book sequels, and I think it's a rare example of the movie being better than the book, honestly.
Yeah, that whole team that was involved there, David Fincher, Brad Pitt, Edward Norton, all those were like classic performances. And you had the singer Meatloaf in there as Bitch Tits Bob. Marla was I can't think of her name right now. Tim Burton's wife. That was a great movie. Yeah, Helen Bonham Carter. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's a great pick, Fight Club. These kind of questions are always hard for me to like nail down one movie. Gosh, it's just like a jumbled at this point, like all my favorites together.
It's hard to put. Yeah, it's hard to say your one movie. It's always like five.
Yeah, I guess I'll say what pops in my mind just right now. Like I was thinking of Goodfellas, but that's probably not for everybody. But I'd say Back to the Future. It's like an old classic, and if you watch the first one, like anybody can get into that. It's kind of a classic tale. A teenager that's able to time travel. He like sees when his parents were younger. That's like a really creative story, and like obviously a huge movie back in the '80s, and that whole trilogy is still great. Like you can watch it anytime. It's still relevant. Things are a little dated as far as what they're talking about, obviously, since it took place in the '80s, but it's just as popular as ever. It's a great movie. Back to the Future is what I pick.
Good choice, my friend. Timeless classic.
Thanks.
Man, I'm trying to think here. Recommend to anyone and everyone. So there goes all the horror movies I would recommend to kids. I'll go Halloween or Lost Boys, my favorite movies. I'd probably go with The Goonies. That's one of my all-time favorite movies that I grew up on. I still love it. Classic. It resonates with kids and adults our age, the story of them trying to find buried treasure to save their families and their houses. And it's just a classic that I think people can really relate to in 2020 with what's going on now. It's just a great movie, Spielberg and Richard Donner and all the kids in the movie. It's just a great 80s flick that still holds up this, in 2020. So that would be my pick. I think we're talking this year. Well, it all depends on this lockdown bullshit. But in June in Astoria, Oregon, they're doing the 35th anniversary of the Goonies. All the filming locations up there in Oregon. And I've been there before. So we're talking about going up there for my 35th to celebrate in June. But we'll see what happens. But I thought that would be awesome.
Nice.
I hope you guys get to go. Yeah, something usually happens whenever you guys are vacation, and that would be the perfect vacation.
Pacific Northwest. Yeah, every time we try to go up there, something happens. But the 35th anniversary came out in 1985, the year I was born, and it'd be cool to go to the whole Goonies festival, and they have a bunch of cool stuff set up. So I'm hoping for the best, and hopefully everything works out for that.
Are they going to get the actors? Is like Sean Astin?
Yeah,
and some of the other people going to?
Yeah. The guy that played Data, and then you have Jeff Cohen that played Chunk, Corey Feldman, Sean Astin, Josh Brolin. I don't think will be there. I'd love to kiss him. Thanos, come here. But it's the cast usually shows up and they do like Q&A and stuff. So I thought,
are they gonna have Sloth's baby Ruth?
Yes. Dress up as Sloth. But I'm hoping that works out. We can go up there. It'd be a badass. Henry, I heard you weren't looking forward to the new Marvel films. Why? From Rachel in Minneapolis, Minnesota.
Oh, So I don't know, maybe I just came across wrong on a podcast or something. Maybe I said that after the last couple Infinity Wars, maybe I said that, you know, we've seen all this like assault of all these movies, all these 20 or 20 some movies, and all these phases come to a head in these two last movies, Infinity Wars and what's the last? I can't think of the last. Endgame. So like we just saw like so much, and we finally saw the culmination of all those movies, all those years of hard work from that cast. You know, Tony Stark, Robert Downey Jr., all those actors that we've been following ever since the first Iron Man, all the way up until now. So I probably just said like after those movies, it would probably be best for them to like give us a little break, just let everybody catch their breath, and then going into the next phase, which is what they did really. We haven't really got a lot of films since Endgame. So I think everybody's going to be excited to, everybody's going to be excited again to go see Black Widow. Hopefully it's still at the theaters. We'll have to see what they do with that. But moving forward, I'll be just invested into it as I was. I just probably thought they needed a break whenever I said it on the podcast. So I'm definitely looking forward to the new Marvel films. Eternals looks cool. We got that comedian Kumail who got all buff, which was cool to see because he's just like a little small guy, and now he looks like ripped, like Brad Pitt in Fight Club. Then you got like Angelina Jolie,
Ryan Tyrese, what's his name?
Henry.
Yeah, Tyrese Henry. Yeah, and Selma Hayek is in it. So that's a really interesting one. That's more that's going to be a different Marvel film. We haven't really seen that.
It's going to be like Guardians kind of thing.
Yeah, it'll be a little different. So that'll be interesting to see that. And like I said, Black Widow, and just moving forward to seeing like what this next phase is going to be all about is very interesting. We're going to have all these new characters, and we're going to have another Guardians, apparently with Thor joining the Guardians possibly. So we'll have to see where it goes from here. Yeah.
Supposedly. Yeah, superhero fatigue. We've had it for a while, but I'm looking forward to diving back into those and then the universe, the next phase.
It seems like when they're taking a break, the break is actually going to be the smaller shows on Disney Plus.
Yeah.
And to drop some nerd knowledge, I think the Eternals are the same planet as where Thanos is originally from.
Really? Didn't know that.
Wow, I didn't know that. That's cool.
Awesome. I can't wait to see what they do with that, you know? I'm ready for
They're going to obviously find the story and take it somewhere different. Yeah. That'll be one of the first ones. And then what else do we have? We have Black Panther 2.
Disney Plus. Doctor Strange 2 with Elizabeth Olsen.
Oh, okay. Scarlet Witch. And yeah, that's right. Yep.
Shang-Chi, they're filming that.
Shang-Chi, no, nothing about that. No idea. Okay. What's that even about? I haven't read or seen anything about that.
Just to summarize it real quick, Kung Fu superhero.
Cool. Sounds good to me. Is it going to be like Iron Fist?
Well, in the comics, they kind of reference each other, but I think Iron Fist did just ignore it.
Gotcha. Iron Fist not so good on Netflix.
And then I think they just had to halt filming on the Loki series, and they had Owen Wilson. He was part of the cast. I saw some pictures of Owen Wilson and Loki on set, dressed up. So
wow.
Yeah, remember he used to say wow a lot.
Wow.
I wonder if he'll say wow at least once.
Wow. All right, Owen Wilson, we get it.
Wow.
We get it, Owen Wilson. Why is he saying wow so much?
Oh, wow, the Cadence guard. The last guard was destroyed, but yeah.
That's hilarious.
Right,
so there's a second part to this. They said, why don't you like Baby?
Why don't you like Baby Yoda?
I love Baby Yoda. I don't know. Again, I must have been, I don't know, sleepy or something. I do love Baby Yoda. I think it's very cool. Yeah, that's an awesome shirt. Heck yeah.
$6 t-shirt.
From his little crib that he's in. That was like one of the best parts for sure. Yeah, that's so cool. Can't wait to see like season 2. We're going to learn more about his whole backstory. Like, how's he related to Yoda? You know, where'd he come from? Like, what's the story? So hopefully that's a big part of the second season. We'll learn more about his origin and what they're going to do with him. Is he going to end up with his own spin-off show? Possibly.
It's a sitcom like Perfect Strangers. Belky. But yeah, I love Baby Yoda. I have the Sideshow collectible coming in a few months, like the actual size, like Baby Yoda. So I have that down here in the down here in the Cinephellas studios. So right. I'll put in the videos, but I'm looking forward to that. I love collectibles. I collect a lot of them.
I've got a Funko ordered. It'll be coming out in May, I guess.
Really?
I did see one that's like, I think it said May. I'll have to check again.
That was
it was a Funko pre-ordered. I think it's May. Well, I'll double check though, but I'm sure it'll be pushed back anyway. But there's also one that like says and does things. It's like animatronic that I've been getting.
Oh,
I
the
get like
Hasbro?
an IGN email, shopping deals, and that was on there. Yeah, it's a Hasbro. Apparently, it's back in stock. It's like $60, and it like talks and moves. So, might be another cool Baby Yoda toy coming out.
Yeah, stocking up on that stuff. I hope they release a Mandalorian like Blu-ray or Steelbook 4K or something. I want to buy that.
That's the one thing I don't like about movies that only stream. It's like I still want to buy the physical Blu-ray. Like
Yeah.
Or even Dolomite on Netflix. I would buy that movie.
Yeah, Henry liked that a lot.
Movie. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I told Logan to check it out for sure. Yeah, that should have been nominated. It should have had some Academy Award nominations for sure.
Yeah.
They kind of jumped out on Eddie Murphy there. I'm really looking forward to seeing him, like he's getting back into comedy more. And of course, coming to America too. We're both, me and Logan had talked about that, how much we're really looking forward to seeing him back in that role.
Yeah, I love Eddie Murphy. But yeah, we're talking about, streaming. If they put him on a Blu-ray, I would love to get the Mandalorian. That'd be awesome for the collection.
For sure. I definitely add that to my collection too. I know with, how The Irishman streamed on Netflix, they are releasing a Criterion Blu-ray on that. So that's one thing.
Really?
Yeah, that was announced probably about a month ago or so.
Huh,
Yeah.
I didn't see that. That's good.
Yeah.
I would definitely want The Irishman for my own collection for all the Scorsese films that we own.
Yeah, that. Yeah, Dolomite. Those movies deserve physical releases too. Hopefully they do start releasing these movies even though they're streaming. People like us that collect movies, we want to add these to our collections. So hopefully they decide to release them.
For sure, dude. The next question for me, what is your favorite interview and why? Favorite interview? Bruce Campbell, probably. I interviewed him for Ash versus Evil Dead. First season came out. We met him a bunch of times at like Chicago horror conventions and things like that, but super like down-to-earth guy. One of my favorite actors, one of my favorite franchises being Evil Dead. Just really great dude. I love him. I love Bruce Campbell. Another one would probably be Logan Marshall Green. I interviewed him for a movie that he directed, his first directorial debut. He was a really great guy to talk to. Loved him in Upgrade, that movie by Lee Winnell for Blumhouse. That was a really interesting conversation. Niall, you were kind of talking about it. Just feels like a conversation more than an interview. Just was really relaxed and laid back. And Bruce Campbell, Logan Marshall Green are probably my two favorites for sure. Cinephellas, what can we expect from Cinephellas this year? That's from Matt in Boise, Idaho. What can we expect?
We hope that the movies start coming out again and things get back to normal here, so we can go out and have things to review. Hopefully, some exciting new projects. That's what I'm looking forward to. Let's get less sequels. Let's get some more creative projects from filmmakers, like original stuff. I'm looking forward to the most as far as cinema. But as far as Cinephellas themselves this year, let's see.
New
more
website.
Podcast, new website, new logos, new thing, just new things in general. Like obviously we mentioned video games as a possibility. We're going to be doing more podcasts. The three of us can, now that we know that this works, we can do this more. We can, switch it up from week to week too. We can have Logan and Niall do one. We can have Niall and me, vice versa. We can all record and keep doing this. What else, Logan? What else were you thinking? We were talking about some other things, brainstorming. We haven't nailed anything down, but
yeah, Niall, why don't you bring up what you're talking about, that video? We were talking about it in Facebook recently. You know what I'm talking about? Where people can submit.
Yeah, well, I do remember that message on Facebook. Yeah, I was saying we could do something like we reach out to people, like just like the Q&A, but it's hashtag what makes me a cinephella. And that way we hear from our fans, and it's like, my love for the movie Halloween, that's what makes me a cinephella. That way we kind of hear from our fans and kind of know a little bit more about them too.
No, that's a fantastic idea. I think we should definitely do that. What do you think, Henry?
yeah, that's a really good idea. We've always been looking for more like interaction with the fans because we're primarily movie news and reviews. So we post a lot of like headlines, like click here, check this story out. But we've always wanted more communication with the fans directly. Like, how can we do that? Bring more of like the movie fan central to our pages and our social media. So that'd be a perfect idea. And with the hashtags, like you said, everybody could join in on that. Us, like their favorite stuff. And, if they have any questions for us or anything, that's how they could reach out to us and sort of give us an idea what we need to put out more of. And yeah.
No, absolutely doing that, and with the website and just expanding, probably get more writers and people reviewing movies and TV shows. I think that's what people can expect from us in 2020. Just growing more and just putting out more content and interacting with the followers and fans more.
So what would you guys say for like, hashtag this is what makes me a cinephella?
What makes me a cinephella is just like every waking hour, I'm always thinking about, okay, what am I going to watch next? That's probably what I can say. It's always on my mind. There's always something in the queue lined up. You know what I mean?
What makes me a cinephile, I'm always looking for ideas and ways to create ways of creating videos or reviews or trying different things. That makes me a cinephile for sure. I'm always aspiring for more and thinking of ideas and always jotting things down. I'm always thinking of something, creating something new. It's just like the artist in me. Even when I was a kid up until now, I'm just always creating somehow. And that's what makes me a cinephella.
What makes me a cinephella? Off the top of my head, the fact that I go to Cinemark pretty much every week and I sneak in whatever food I want.
That's the way to do it.
Yeah.
Been doing that. I'm like, I can't afford, $15, pop or popcorn. I'm like, I'll just bring something in.
Well, my cousin will tell you, when he was here with me, he tells people all the time, I once snuck in a whole Subway footlong into a theater.
Really?
Yeah.
I remember I went to a movie like 10 years ago. There's a bunch of girls that brought in, was it Buffalo Wild Wings or Chipotle? I think it was Chipotle burritos. So it like smells and you hear the wrapper, and they're like eating. I'm like, so obvious.
Yeah.
Like the whole theater smells like a steak burrito.
And like people will come to me and they're like, so how did you do it? And I'm like, seriously, you told more people you work with?
That's awesome. Welcome back, Henry.
All I heard was Chipotle burritos. What are you guys talking about?
Yeah, I was talking about a group of chicks brought in some burritos to a movie I was at. Like 10 years ago,
yeah.
Up in Rockford. They brought in like a bunch of like burritos and stuff from Chipotle.
Oh, geez.
It was so obvious. They could smell the food and aroma.
Right. There's been some annoying experiences with me at the theater too, like other people doing stuff that I was like pissed. They were kind of ruining the experience.
Yeah, that's the worst, man, when people ruin the movie for you. Currently, what is your favorite production company and why? From Jim in Georgetown, Texas.
I'm going to go with A24.
Why is that?
Because they make great movies.
Besides
well, my thing is they actually make, I'm going to get a little, I guess, cinephilic here. They make films. So, it's not like a whole bunch of like crazy CGI or it's trendy stuff. They really are making art and film, and that's something I appreciate. And something, honestly, you never know what you're going to get from A24. So it's fun every time they slap that logo on it.
Anytime I see A24, I'm like, I'm going to see that movie. That's how much I love them. And they're friends with us too. I mean, we get all the screeners for their movies, so we're big supporters of, their artistry and creating unique films and putting out something different. It's not the same regurgitated superhero movie. And a really great company. Them and Blumhouse are my two favorites. They always put out consistently good movies.
Could you imagine if A24 tackled like the next Halloween movie?
I'm like, I'm on. Yeah, I'm ready for that. Do it.
Yeah.
I'm on board.
For real.
Like
yeah. We didn't like it as much as we wanted to. No, we weren't. I mean, we were expecting more, I think. As far as hearing about how it was like going to be like the first one, we were kind of disappointed. But I guess as time's gone on, we're kind of willing to give it another shot and hope the sequel like improves upon
all the mistakes.
Yeah, and it's pretty cool seeing all the people they've hired back from even the first series, like even the little girl that was, she was being babysat by Jamie Lee Curtis, and then they have even the sheriff, and we'll have Tommy Doyle coming back as Anthony Michael Hall. That'll be cool to see. But anyways, we're not talking about Halloween. We're talking about production. A24, that's a really solid one. I'd definitely put that, if not at the top, right up there. Like you said, when you see that logo, it's going to be something, it's going to be something of substance, not just another movie just to watch and, forget about. It's going to be something that'll leave a mark on you, and you'll be thinking about the film. Like probably the last one that I can remember watching from A24 is The Lighthouse, I think, and that was really awesome. Just how everything was presented. The format it was shot in, the black and white, and just like the acting from both of those guys, and like how everything was filmed, everything looked like they were stuck on that little island there with the lighthouse. And just like the weird imagery. But yeah, A24 is known to like go with these films from lesser known filmmakers, aspiring filmmakers, and they make these really creative projects. So yeah, I definitely pick A24 is up there. Like Logan said, Blumhouse always has some cool stuff. For every bad one, they have a good one. It's kind of 50-50 with them. They've had some bad horrors, but they've also had some really strong ones. We have, they were smart to hire Jordan Peele because everything he's put out so far has been awesome. And I'm really looking forward to Candyman. That'll be under Blumhouse. That's coming up.
In May, I think.
Invisible. Yeah, in May. It's supposed to come out, I believe. And then the Invisible Man was really good, and that was another Blumhouse from Lee Winnell. So hopefully they give that guy some more movies to work on. I can't wait to see what else Jordan Peele does. I'm even interested to see if he's going to do something else other than horror now. Is he going to go into a different genre? Show him more of his talent. Obviously, we've seen him in the horror genre. He's always had these, couple creative movies now. We've got Us, and of course Get Out. Candyman looks strong. It's not from Jordan Peele, but he's producing it. I'm looking forward to Jordan Peele's next film. I don't even know, has it been announced? What is his next movie like that he's directing?
Not that I've seen.
Okay.
He's just producing pretty much at this point.
But anyways, yeah, Blumhouse and A24, those are the two that come to mind. We enjoy Warner Brothers because they're always nice enough to give us their press stuff. They give us screeners, and they have some really good movies. Usually they have one or two really good movies, and all the DC movies, of course. Yeah, Warner Brothers would be up there for me too.
All solid choices that we all can pretty much agree on, which leads into the next question for the Q&A. What film have you been surprised by this year and best movie of 2020? Invisible Man for me. I think that was the most surprising and best movie of the year thus far. Had a great time with it. Lee Winnell directing that under Blumhouse, and it's a new modern adaptation of the original film that came out in the 1930s. So that's my choice. Best movie surprised by this year, Invisible Man.
Yeah, I would say, 2020 just started and they already took away a lot of our movies. But if I had to choose from the two I saw that are new releases, I would go with The Invisible Man over Birds of Prey.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. Much better film.
Yeah, I'd agree too. Birds of Prey was too, I don't know what you'd say, cheesy. It was just pure cheese, really. Didn't take itself serious at all. Mm-hmm. It just kind of looked like it was an amateur filmmaker, honestly, from some of the stuff that I saw up on the screen. Yeah. They wasted that villain too. Ewan McGregor could have, I don't know, he wasn't that character wasn't fleshed out enough, and
the
could have been saved better film. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what I've heard, is that character is really strong. So I was bummed out about that. But yeah, definitely. Oh, and another one to mention that was actually surprising that I just finished last night, Sonic the Hedgehog. You never know what you're going to get with a video game movie, and I thought they did a really good job. It was fun, good family movie. Jim Carrey was back being like the crazy like 90s Jim Carrey, over the top. Ben Schwartz, right?
Schwartz.
He played Sonic, and I thought he was funny. Like, he played a good Sonic. Like, you like felt for the character. He humanized him a little, and yeah, Sonic the Hedgehog was actually surprising to me. But Invisible Man was great. That's probably my favorite so far.
Yeah, same here. Sonic, I went and took my kid because he loves the video game. He plays on his tablet, and obviously we grew up on it on Sega Genesis. And yeah, I was surprised how good it was. I had a great time with it. James Marsden was good in that movie, and just the animation was really good. Jim Carrey was over the top, and you know, the 1990s Jim Carrey that we love, Ace Ventura, Dumb and Dumber. And,
every time James Marsden is in a like an animated kids movie, he's always driving like animated characters. I don't know if you've seen.
Yeah, I saw a meme about that. What was the other movie he was in? Was it
The rabbit one? Hop?
Hop?
I don't know.
Okay. It was with bunnies. Yeah, I never watched it, but yeah, I know I've seen that meme with him. It's funny. He's always ends up with the character. I guess he's just like has that face like an everyday kind of guy. Like, you know, he just looks like he's like Joe Schmo, even though he's like has perfect teeth and beautiful blue eyes.
It never ages.
He's like 50 and has a full head of hair and no grays, but he just looks like a nice guy. So that's probably why he does that. Yeah, he never really ages.
Yeah.
So yeah, Sonic the Hedgehog's been pretty good.
Yeah, he's the one that drives
you know,
CGI animals.
He's your go-to when you need to drive around Roger Rabbit or whoever. But we might have been considering Quiet Place 2. It would have been out yesterday or the day before.
Yep.
So we might have been talking about Quiet Place 2 if times were different. But we'll have to wait. Obviously, we'll see when they decide to release that.
I was hoping I was talking to Molly about that. I was hoping they would release that on digital so we could watch that and review it. But I haven't seen anything yet.
I'd be okay with that too. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't think they'll do that. They'll lose a lot of money.
Yeah, that's a movie they wanted people to go to the theater to see.
Yeah.
Super quiet. The last question we have for the Q&A, the first time ever the Q&A for the Cinephellas boys is, when's the last time you boys had an oil change? From Big Ray in Jacksonville, Illinois. Last time I had an oil change, Big Ray, was a few months ago on the Fiat. So I'm good for another, I don't know, 3,000 miles. So a few months ago.
Yeah, thanks, Ray. I just took my car to my local like dealer that I got it from. So maybe next time. Next time I'm hungry for some ribs. But yeah, keep following along with us. Maybe we'll mention you again on one of our podcasts.
I took my Kia Soul there maybe a few days ago.
Oh, shit. Oh, damn. We're going to get more money from that now that he knows we're actually visiting. Look out for some more Big Ray material coming soon. He's going to want to advertise a lot on our sites.
Let's take a moment to hear from our sponsor. Here at Big Ray's BBQ and Oil Change Emporium.
Oh, shit.
Oh, man.
We need a cartoon or something. Like somebody needs to like make a character for Big Ray now. It'd be hilarious.
Like an animation.
Rendition of that.
For a video.
Niall, you can't draw, can you? No. Okay. Well,
That's
cool,
awesome.
guys. That was fun. We talked about a lot of stuff. That's a bummer that everything's canceled or pushed back. We didn't really have, a lot of material to like talk about as far as things that are going to be coming out soon or what we just watched. But we pretty much covered what's happening currently. I thought we did a good job.
Absolutely, dude. Lots of great stuff. We got Niall has a few interviews and podcasts coming up on our YouTube channel, website. I have interview next week with a director from a film called Sea Fever. Got a bunch of other reviews, video reviews hidden in our YouTube channel. Henry, you have a interview on Wednesday possibly, right?
Yeah, Wednesday with Scott Teems. Yeah, the director. The movie's called The Quarry, and it stars Michael Shannon and Shea Wiggum. They were both in Boardwalk Empire. Shea Wiggum's in like everything you see nowadays. He's like pops up in every movie. It seems.
Yeah.
Like. I have a screener for the movie. I don't really know too much about it, so I'm gonna watch that before the interview on Wednesday, and then we're gonna have another giveaway coming up, and I'll show you guys what we're gonna be giving away next. We just got a copy, just FedExed over yesterday actually, and it'll be a digital code for Just Mercy.
Lord have mercy.
So it's got your stamp of approval. Good movie.
Yeah.
True story, is it?
True story, yeah. It takes a man to admit when he cried, and I cried during that movie.
Wow, really?
Oh, wow. Okay.
That was the movie I wanted to see.
Who had the best performance? Was it Jamie Foxx or Michael B?
I would give it to Jamie Foxx.
Yeah, that was the movie I wanted to see in theaters, but they didn't play it around here, so I just got it in the mail too. So that'll be our next Fellas giveaway. I'm gonna watch it. We'll watch it, review it. Hopefully, looks good.
Sure.
Not gonna be Jordan.
She also has Brie Larson. Yeah, Michael B. Strong up and coming actor, and I actually some Michael B. news. They're going to do another Creed 3. Has had another writer who's writing the script for that, so we'll see him back as Adonis once again. Who is it? Yeah, it was somebody I knew.
Mr. T-Son? I don't know. I'm just guessing.
Mr. T-Son?
Yeah, maybe he'll end it. Yeah, who knows? I mean, they already went the Drago route. Are they going to do something else related to the Rocky story, or is it going to be its own thing? We'll have to see what they're going to go with here. But they're actually working on that. And, he's always been another one that's been mentioned to do another Marvel film or something like that, or maybe even an upcoming DC. Maybe he'd be the Green Lantern. I don't know. But I have a feeling we'll see him. I mean, we saw him in Black Panther, of course, but I can see him being a good hero. He already tried Fantastic Four. That didn't work, so hopefully they can find him a good role. He'd work. He's a good young guy that can stick around in those movies for a long time. So hopefully we'll see him in the Marvel or DC universe.
Besides that, we got other great content coming up. Always check our Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, movie and TV news. More reviews coming up on our website and channel. I'll be posting this up on our YouTube channel and social media outlets in the next few days. I'm interested to see how this all turned out. So first time doing it, but it seemed like it went off pretty good and had a great time doing this with you guys.
Yeah, this was a lot of fun.
Yeah, you too. Yeah, this was great. It was cool actually getting to interact with Niall for the first time. Niall, it's good to meet you, man. Look forward to doing more stuff with you.
Yeah, I feel like I already know you, man, because I've seen all your stuff.
Thanks. Yeah.
But this has been a great time. This has been episode 64, I believe, right? Cinephellas Podcast.
Right, 64. Yep.
64. Holy moly. We'll be posting this in a few days, folks.
And episode 69, we got to do like a Bill and Ted thing or something.
Wow, that's a good idea. We should do that.
69, dude.
Well, this is Logan Myers. Who are you?
I'm Henry Hill.
And I'm Niall Fortner.
Signing out from Cinephellas until the next podcast.
Cheese.
Cheese.
Love you, boys.